join us on a really chilly November morning. We're close to the end of November and it's a far cry from the weather we had in July when I first saw this ad. It was from a company called Barely Costs, who was selling what appeared to be the equivalent to the Apple AirTag, but for Android phones. Now this interested me because I have an Android phone. I've absolutely no intention of paying huge amounts of money for an iPhone just so that I can have tracking ability. One of the prerequisites for me would be to have a device that didn't require a subscription. And many of the devices I've seen on the market do have a subscription requirement. And one I saw recently required you to have a subscription for each bike, which would be absolutely crazy. You might as well just pay for a really good insurance policy. Now I have been testing this device since the end of July and today's video is going to be the final test. And today this will be a joint test. We're not actually comparing this device with the Apple AirTag, but we thought it would be a good idea if we saw what the Apple AirTag can do compared with it. So Wendy is one of these affluent people that owns an iPhone. So she's brought along her AirTag. We've given these tags to one of our riding friends, Mike, and Mike's going to ride off effectively as if he'd stolen our bikes. Mike is an iPhone user, but he's turned his phone off so that he doesn't give Wendy an unfair advantage. It also means we can't contact him if we can't find him. I've given Mike a camera, so he's going to be able to film his ride, and I'll ask him to introduce himself.
So here I am. Roy's given me a camera so we can track my progress. So what's the plan? Well, we're out into the Vale Beaver, which has got some generally quiet roads. Now, well, that's great for cycling. It's not particularly good for people picking up signals on tags. You're reliant on the occasional car going past to ping them. So the route I'm thinking of, bit of a wandering route, but I'll try and zip through some of the local little villages, and hopefully somebody's phone there will ping off the tags and send the message back to Roy and Wendy. I may throw a little couple of decoys in, see how we go, and I'll catch up with you guys later.
Well, we've hit a problem as soon as we started because we didn't know which way to go. Neither of us had picked Mike up, and he'd been left about 10 minutes. So we had to make a decision, and the way I looked at it is that because we were not getting a signal, Mike had probably gone along a quiet road. Now there are two roads he could have used. One is busy, one is quiet. So because there was no signal, we assumed he'd gone the quiet way. We've just arrived at a crossroads where we need to make a decision, and I've actually got a signal now. We are on the right route. Wendy, you haven't.
No,
for
got
some
no
reason,
signal, no.
which is very odd.
It is odd, yes, especially with the Apple.
This must be a poor area where nobody has iPhones.
It doesn't look like it.
So we're going to head off now in the direction that I've spotted him. What we're going to do on this video is show you screenshots of what we're seeing on our phones. So onwards. Now these tags work by pinging a signal to a nearby phone. Now in the case of Apple, that's going to be a nearby iPhone, and Android, it will be an Android phone. I expect iPhone to have an advantage because obviously they own the network, so every phone is under their control, whereas with Android there are various different phone suppliers and they don't appear to have got their act together as far as this tag tracking goes. The area that we're doing this test in is sparsely populated, so unless Mike's using a busy road, I doubt there will be that many signals. We stopped at the spot where he was last tracked, and Wendy's now got the track as well. Well, he's in Screveton, or Screveton as I call it, and knowing Mike's love of coffee and cake, there's a good chance that's where he is. So we're going to head straight there now and see if that's where he is.
Coffee!
Mike is a recently retired Royal Air Force Wing Commander, so I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't put some escape and evasion tactics into play. Of course, these tags can be used for more than just tracking a bike. Wendy, I think you've used yours in your luggage.
Yeah, that's right. When I go on holiday, I put it in my suitcase. So I know that my suitcase is on the plane with me or on the coach with me, and it's just quite reassuring.
Or not. But yeah, I heard of somebody, I don't know where I heard it or read it, where the airline said they couldn't find the baggage, but they said, well, we can, because our tag's in it, and it's still in Heathrow or wherever.
It's great, really. And some people put them in their handbags when they're on holiday, in case they get stolen and things, so they can find it.
I did read that they're useful for old people, so when old people go on walkabout.
Well, yeah.
So that could come in useful in years to come. Right, well, we've stopped at Velo Verde, just checked our phones,
in anticipation of a coffee.
Yeah, he's actually done us because he's not here. He's carried on.
That's mean.
Well, if he is here, we made a mistake, but our tags are showing us further up the road.
The tags have gone, even if he hasn't.
So we're now going to carry on now up towards Flinton, where we last saw him tagged. So
sneaky.
Knowing him, he's probably already been in and had coffee and cake. Mike's a really good rider. Earlier in the year, he commemorated the 80th anniversary of the Dam Busters raid with a huge ride. He covered 800 miles in 9 days, visited all the 4 dams and also the graves of the lost aircrew. We're now in the village of Flinton, where we saw his ping.
Being sneaky.
He is being sneaky. We expected him to be at Screveton at the cafe, and he's not.
No.
So you've got to think to yourself, where are the other cafes along here? Because I'm sure that's where he'll be heading.
Looks like he must be going to Kingfisher.
Yeah, we both picked him up again, and he looks like he's at the Kingfisher Lodge Cafe, which is a fishing lake with a cafe. It's not one of our regular stops.
No, I've never been there.
Haven't you?
No.
All right, I've only been there once. It's just a question if he stops there or he does the same again and carries on.
No.
So if he goes any further, it'll be the Long Bennington Cafe.
We'll be running out of cafes soon.
I mean, he's definitely going to be at a cafe.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. There he is.
Yay, gotcha.
Run him down.
Welcome.
I knew you'd be at a cafe.
Yeah, well, you can hang around in the cold.
Right, let's go and get some coffee.
Yeah.
Well, we've had a nice lunch at the Kingfisher Cafe. Your fish finger sandwich looked quite sumptuous, Wendy.
It was really nice. Delicious. 4 fish fingers.
Mike and I had the bacon and it was excellent.
It was huge.
We're riding with Mike at the moment, but then he's going to peel off again and give us another test. And this time it might not be a cafe, so we could be struggling.
Well, I can guarantee it won't be a cafe.
Oh, right.
Right. As long as it's not the middle of nowhere.
Well, it's a nice day for it anyway.
Yeah. I just can't believe how long our shadows are.
Already.
It's only 1:30.
Yeah. Look at the church.
Oh wow.
That's fantastic.
That's knitted ones, aren't they? Aren't they stunning? Mike's in chase mode, isn't he?
He is. We're going to overtake a cyclist, Wendy.
You reckon?
It's going to be about the 5th this year.
I don't think we will. He'll go straight on.
Hope not. Now we know the rough direction Mike has gone off in, but neither of us have got a signal.
No,
and I think you can see
the
why.
issue of the countryside, isn't it?
Yeah, there's just not much traffic, not many built up areas. So at the moment we're just guessing, and we're sort of heading in the direction we think he might go. And we'll stop in a bit and see if we can get another signal. Now, of course, if you were in a town or a city, you'd have signals everywhere. So this is quite a test.
Yeah. I wonder if you actually stop in a village, you might pick up better than moving through a village.
Well, I think it depends where he is.
Yeah.
You know, where the tags are. Okay, so Wendy has just picked him up again, and he's probably not too far ahead of us. My app didn't pick him up at all.
Yes, I picked him up by Marston Hall, but let's hope he's still there.
Okay, we're just about another quarter of a mile on from where I checked last time and couldn't see Mike, but we've now both picked him up again.
Yeah.
And he's actually in Barkston at the moment. So I would think we're about 2 or 3 miles behind him. Just every time we stop, we have to get our gloves off and get the phones out.
Blow me nose.
Yeah.
Yay! Arrest that man!
Right, Wendy, you jump on him. Well done.
Well done.
Oh wow! We did it!
We struggled to find you a couple of times because it was so remote, you know,
Yeah.
we weren't getting the...
I picked
The
you up
signal.
in Marston,
yeah,
at the corner there.
Yeah, and I got you just after Marston.
Yeah, just after. And then
Yeah.
at Marston I eventually picked up that you were in Barkston, so...
Great
We're just
stuff.
hoping you hadn't moved on from
I've got a table near the
Barkston.
fire.
That worked well.
Yes, we found them.
Yeah.
Found the thief.
And that was quite a tough challenge considering we were out in the country.
Yeah, you really had to wait till he was in a village
Yeah.
to know where he was.
Sure.
And actually stopped, I think, in a village
Yeah.
rather than whizzing through.
And
Yeah.
we're in a pub.
Great.
So we're in the Stag
Place
in
to find the thief.
the Stag in Barkston. We've got a nice fire. We've ordered a beer.
Let's hope our bikes don't get pinched now.
Yeah, because there's no tagging to follow. Well, that went surprisingly well. I really did expect the AirTag to do much better than the Android version, purely because there are more iPhones in the UK and the USA than there are Android. Should mean more opportunities to ping. So I think it's done very well. The next test we're going to do is going to be a static test. Mike is going to take the tag and hide it somewhere. I have no idea where, but it's going to be somewhere static that might not be too easy to find, and we'll just see how close we can get. So that test is coming in part 2 of this 2-part test. So if you want to see that, then please give the video a like, hit the bell, and then you'll be informed when that one comes up. So thanks for joining us today, and look forward to you joining us next time.